And welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes. Let's get excited. Why? Because you have made it across another week. You have pressed in and said, in spite of what I'm going through, in spite of what I see, in spite of what I'm dealing with, I'm going to see what I know, what I see. I'm going to see what I see. I'm going to press into what I see. I'm not going to be dictated by my circumstances. Nothing around me is going to affect me. I am going to dig down deep and I'm going to press on to destiny. Why? Because destiny is calling, because purpose is being revealed. Remember, you're on a journey. Remember, there are many things that's going to happen to you on the journey. Even as you go from home to work, home to church, or wherever it may be, it's a journey. There are things that happen on the way there, but you got to continue to keep your eyes where you are going, all the Kingsmen. So I thank God for each and every one of you today. It's such a blessing to be able to be here to speak to every one of you. I don't want to speak to the man that I see. I want to speak to the one that I don't see. I want to speak to the man that's on the inside of you. Why? Because what I want to talk about today, it's going to require the man on the inside. I want to talk about your heart has to be in it. Your heart has to be in it. Look. Many people give up because their heart is in the wrong place, especially in business or when you're pursuing something. Look, it's easy to give up when your heart is not in it. It's easy to give up, what they say, when you don't have no skin in the game. It's easy to give up if there is nothing on the inside of you. You know, they got this thing called intrinsically motivated in the work world. You got intrinsically motivated or externally motivated. But what they're talking about intrinsic, that means that there's something on the inside of you. And that's what I want to do. I want to tap into that's inside of you. I want to tap into you, because who you are today is not who you are to become. It's just part of the journey. So therefore, as part of the journey, you have to make sure that you learn. Why? Why is it so important that you learn? It's so that you can become the best you that you are to become. Look, because when your heart is in a thing, then God can move. Why? Because you have prepared yourself for all the right reasons. Because many people may be preparing themselves to get power, to get position, to get money, to get material gain. But you're like, no, this is not even about that. This is to position me so that I can affect those that's coming behind me. Why? Because purpose. When we live our purpose, look, whether you know it or not, as believers, when you live out purpose, you are advancing the kingdom. You may not immediately see the effects, but because your heart is in the right place, you are affecting lives whether you know it or not. And that's what all the King's Men is about. It's about affecting the lives of men. So why? So they can go back and affect their families, their communities, their cities, their states, their nation. And then when we affect nations, we can affect the world. We can change the world. That's why I'm telling you that your heart gotta be in it. Look. They got this saying, "Fake it till you make it." I don't want to fake it till I make it. I want to be real all the way through. Why? Because if you fake it till you make it, you don't even know when you made it. You don't even know when you made it. That just hit me right there. You don't even know when you made it. You trying to fake it till you make it. When you trying to make it to? Why are you trying to fake it? Because when you fake it, it's false in the end too. Where you're going is false. You faking it till you make it. Where are you trying to go? You will never get to where you're trying to go. You'll never be fulfilled where you're trying to go if you're faking it till you make it. Why? Because it's gonna always be a struggle. Because if you're faking it till you make it, that means that you're lying, stealing, and cheating. You're lying, stealing, and cheating to get to a place that you cannot stay. Oh my God. You're getting to a place that you cannot. Why? Because your heart was never in it. Your heart was never in it. You had all the wrong motives. You look, many people make it till they fake it because they feel that if I could get to the next level, then I have to deal with this. Get to the next level, I have to deal with this. But remember, every time you go to different phases. That's why I continue to hop on the journey. The journey is about learning. So every time you get to a different phase, you're going to face a different challenge. There is going to be a different challenge that you're going to have to face. And if you realize it or not, the previous step, the previous chapter, it actually sets you up for the next chapter, whether you know it or not. It sets you up so that you can have good success all the way along the journey. Why? Because it's like steps. The step before that prepares you for the next step. And what happens? It's incremental. So therefore, if you got steps that are very wide, it's a challenge. So as you get higher, it gets harder. It gets more challenging. But if you got steps with the same increments, then you can continue to build. And when you look back, you're like, wow, wow, I didn't even realize I had come that far, because it prepared you for the next step, because the steps were not that wide, but it prepared you. Yes, some levels are going to be harder than others, but it's the level before that's preparing you. And the hard, if it's harder, then you got to know that my heart is in the right place and it's preparing me for the next step, so that I don't fail, that I don't fumble the ball, that I'm not fumbling and bumbling, because I'm not faking it till I make it. My heart is in this thing. Look, when your heart is in the thing, then you're in the right place for God to reveal, for God to move, for God to thrust. Your heart has to be in the right place. Why? Because when your heart is in the right place, you can press when you don't see. You can press when you don't have. Why? Because you're looking at purpose. You're not looking at what you got today. You're looking at, I'm going to have provision because purpose is calling. I'm pursuing purpose. That meant that God got to supply everything that you need, that God will supply everything that you need. Why? Because it's his purpose, it's his agenda, it's his calling. All the king's men, remember that. Is your heart in the right place? That's why we got the Friday assessment. Is your heart in the right place? Friday assessment, is your heart in the right place? We got to do a heart check today. You're not saying do a gut check when it's in the fourth quarter and the times get hard. This is the fourth quarter. Times are hard. Make sure your heart is in the right place. All the King's men, I thank you for joining in today. Drop me a line, like, share, tag, whatever you need. Drop me a line. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how you're being blessed. But all the King's men, I pray that you have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and a blessed week to come. And until next time, you be blessed.